Hello everyone, I'm Steve, Mark's at work, and this is Smokey Steve and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back. It is not the weekend. It is, I don't even know, is it Tuesday afternoon? I got out of work a little early today because I worked a long day yesterday. So I am home alone, and I was catching up on some social media and watching a couple foodie beauty videos trying to get ahead for Coffee Talk Friday. And I noticed that some of the things I had seen on her community board from the last few days weren't there anymore. And that there used to be two channels just a few days ago, Chantal Marie and then Foodie Beauty. And then there was just one, the Chantal channel, and then that went away, and now it's Foodie Beauty again. I can't keep up with all these changes that are going on. I'm not even really sure whether to shit or wind my watch. So it's Diet Coke today. I can't drink coffee this late in the day, but it's coffee talk and I need a prop. Um, so, going back just a couple days, um, there was going to be a final Monday. No, excuse me. There was going to be a final fast food mukbang. And then Monday, yesterday, was supposed to be the start of a new lifestyle. Again, now we've all heard this before. And the reason we're rolling our eyes is because most of us probably knew this wasn't going to last very long. However, turnaround time has become exponentially faster with this sort of thing. So she goes through the last video she did and talks about, this weight loss surgery was still lingering in the background. She had brought this up, and we talked about that last week. So weight loss surgery, following the doctor's plan, trying to make foods fit into the doctor's plan, and she's deciding during the mussels, pickled green bean and beet video that she did where BB's in the background the whole time, and they're like talking back and forth constantly. It's the most I've seen BB in a video, and frankly, I'm kind of glad that he's semi-nice to her, because I figured it doesn't take long to get into a conversation with BB for him to just like blow her off and go away, so that was a little heartening, I suppose. So she gets through that, and she's talking about going to Farm Boy, which is, I guess, like a fresh market in Canada, and buying some healthy foods, and it's more expensive. And she already picked out her cheat meal for when she starts her diet. It's going to be a 3,000 calorie day, and she got lobster mac and cheese, and it was sitting in the freezer. So we're talking Sunday, the day before the day of her lifestyle change. She's having that was a fair meal, I would say, for a diet meal. Mussels, cottage cheese, pickled veggies. That's the kind of thing I would eat if I was watching my weight, either maintaining or trying to lose. And for the size of her, that kind of meal, that style of eating, would probably make her lose. So next, a video comes out, a lobster mac and cheese mukbang, early in the morning. Now, it's Monday morning at like 5 or 6 o'clock, according to her in the video. She didn't make it 6 hours into the first day of her diet without having a cheat meal. So, when are cheat meals allowed? I suppose it's all subjective when you go into it. Some people use cheat days as rewards, like I did. Mark and I would do our cheat day the day of weigh-in, either to console ourselves with food or to, celebrate weight loss, which is not good. Neither reason is a good reason to cheat on that day. But nevertheless, it caught me off guard because it seemed like in a very short period of time that had flipped. In the video where she's eating said mac and cheese, she kind of concedes again to the fact that she doesn't know what she's doing. She's flip-flopping. She mentions that at the very beginning of the video, and then again at the very end. I guess Foodie Beauty's back, so whatever. There's an overarching theme with all these changes whenever they happen, and it's that Chantal, to her viewers, kind of expresses, you guys know I'm inconsistent and unreliable. So to the extent that any of you are upset or put off by it, F you don't watch. So if you think you're going to watch her channel and see somebody who is true to their word, who will tell you you're going to be seeing this content and you'll actually see it for more than 8 or 9 days, if you expect any of those things, don't watch. When new viewers come in, if you catch her in the middle of a diet, which is where I caught her, it was right in the middle of a weight loss thing. I think it was the vegan thing, which was a lie anyway. Don't get your hopes up that you're going to see a weight loss channel. If you're coming in for mukbangs, rest assured that if you're watching them now and they stop, they'll be back. Don't worry about it. everything will always come back to eating on camera at some point. It'll be a healthy mukbang. It'll be eating in the car with a friend. The activity will always include eating on camera, whether it's in a car with Pete's and it's fast food, whether it's trying foods, whether it's HelloFresh type box that she's showing off a meal that she cooked to try to get the discount link and get some comps back for herself. That's no shade on her. People do that. I think we've done it. I know some other YouTubers that do it. So nothing too slick on that, but that really was a 15-minute commercial for that food box, Chantal. So I think the thing that caught me the hardest is that there's a lot of other people on YouTube who they have their niche, and I can appreciate this especially about Chantal. She will say, and I agree, she has a diverse audience. There's people that like her makeup and like the story times, and there's the feeders, of course, who I think are probably the backbone of her channel, because the mukbang videos pull 2 to 3 times as many views as anything else that she puts up. So she can't lose them, which is why I think the eating videos are just always going to keep coming back. But you can't cater to everybody. Now, Mark and I have a pretty diverse channel. I do reactions, reviews, usually once, sometimes twice a week. And I would say they're more reviews. I'm just discussing what's going on her channel, and it's always pretty much Chantal. I'm not using her footage, I'm not stopping it and starting it and everything like that. But then, you know, Mark does his crafting, you know, and Mark cooks once in a while. And I talk about mental health, and we talk about weight. So we have a lot of different topics. So there's folks that watch our channel, too, that only watch for certain things and not others. Usually videos that are about Chantal get 4 to 5 times as many views as our other stuff, because there's people that just want to hear dirt about her, or what we think about her, and not necessarily about the other stuff we do. And that's cool, that's fine. But pretty much what you can depend on with her is you can predict, she's predictably unpredictable, but also still predictable. That sounds really ass backwards. That's the kind of thing you say when you're stoned. You can count on the fact that she's going to flip-flop and be inconsistent and not be dependable, and you can't depend on the kind of content you're getting. And the community board was wiped clean, comments were taken down in the middle of some hoopla that was going on as well. She put up this post also, this is on the community board, totally aside from the diet nonsense, where somebody was being bullied, and she didn't name names, and I wasn't going to do a whole ton of digging. I apologize for my journalistic, flaws. There was a back and forth about someone who is, I guess, usually having reactions done to them. I'm going to guess Amber Lynn, who had commented back, and Chantal, of course, takes the side of someone she thinks will give her some attention and is saying that's fat shaming, that's body shaming, that's systematic bullying. They push and push and push people, and then when they push back, they say that they're this, and I don't care what people say. I don't care if people are mad. I'm not taking this post down. Guess where the post is? It's down. Totally just gone. So again, on the fat shaming thing, there are people that do go on Amber Lynn and Chantal's channels and fat shame them. They are not mistaken on that point. There's people that go on there and say things that are unbelievably cruel, that are totally related to the way they look. And then there's people that don't. Then there's people who go on and have well thought out concerns for them. There's people that are fed up sharing their concerns and have what could be critiques, maybe, that are a little more strongly worded. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to have their own stuff thrown back in their face. And I'm not saying anything new. It's just, well, I guess with Amber Lynn, it's not really getting old. It's been 10 years. With Chantal, the periods of this are getting closer and closer. Just when I thought days were too close together, now it's hours. Hours. Like it's 2 or 3 in the afternoon here. I wonder what'll be happening by 10 o'clock tonight. In a way, it's a little more engaging. Especially for me, because of the ups and downs and everything that goes with it. At the same time, it's increasingly hard to keep up with. Hence the coffee talk only 2 days into the week. So my intention is to keep an eye on things that are going on here. It's a reminder to me that if we are making content on our channel and we promise something, to try to deliver on that, to try to keep up with it. I've, found from viewing her channel, not just for reviews, but just to watch it, but whether it's train wreck appeal or just to see the shit show, whatever it is. I don't, I like food related content. I like dieting stuff. I like cooking stuff. I don't like mukbangs though. And watching her channel, it's still inconsistent. And I don't know. I think it's disrespectful to her viewers. There's always some that don't seem to mind. But those are the ones that like the farting. So, grain of salt with that, I guess. Oh, and the farting in the last video, she didn't even acknowledge it. She just let it rip very early in the video. I don't have much to say about that. There's not much to say that hasn't already been said, such as what would your boyfriend think? What would your family think? Yes, it's a natural bodily function. Yes, people do it. Some people, if they know it's coming, excuse themselves to the restroom. Some people try to make it a little more discreet. The kind of folks that sit there and do it at the table while they're eating, the only other time I can think of a reference to that was the Nutty Professor. And we all know they were some rather generously proportioned folks as well. So just putting it out there, the kind of caliber of fictitious folks that she'd be putting herself in. It kind of comes to me from the school of, you don't like me, I'm gonna make you hate me. Great. You'll show us all. You'll show us all. Yeah. Well, I think that's all I can muster at the moment. I just had to get a few things off my chest that were kind of winding me up. It's so funny because I don't know her. I'll never meet her. She doesn't watch my videos. There's probably 1,000 people with bigger channels. There's not. There are people with bigger channels. Not a lot of people review Chantal, really, at all. She thinks people are making videos about her 24/7 every day of the week. If that makes her feel important, so be it. But, I don't know. Loss of words. Loss of words. Just wanted to share those things before they started to pile up, because otherwise we're going to have a Sunday coffee talk that's going to be about 3.5 hours long. And if it's a live, whew, that could get wild. So thank you all for tuning in for this midday sip and chat. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook. That's SmokeySteve_and_Marc. Or on Instagram. That's SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address, our P.O. box, all the contact info is listed below. Thank you all for watching, and Mark and I will catch up with you all tomorrow. Bye.